And welcome back. 3 states holding primaries and caucuses this Tuesday night, and we have a team on the ground in Arizona where Republican and Democratic residents have cast their vote in the 2016 presidential race. One America's Greta Wall is in downtown Phoenix. Greta, the polls, well, they were supposed to be closed there in Arizona, but we still see a large amount of people in line behind you. Did everyone make it inside? Were there the hours, are they being extended there?
Yeah, so the polls were, supposed to close at 7, but they haven't closed. There's still people in line behind me, and this line wraps all the way around the corner, down the block, down another block. These lines are long, and they're going to let the voters continue to vote. They're not going to send anyone away. 7 o'clock was a soft close, so the voters that are in line can still vote. They didn't let anyone else get in line after 7, but those voters that were in line can still vote. Now, I talked to some voters earlier as they were coming out of voting, and they said that they were in line from 2.5 to 3 to 3.5 hours. So you have voters really dedicated to voting today, and they're waiting in line for a long time to get their vote in. Mike?
Greta, anyone out there behind you that you've talked to complaining about the long wait that they have been in these lines? And is this record turnout causing any logistical issues for the polling places?
Yeah, so I've definitely heard some complaints from voters as they come out. A long line is a long line, and so we think long lines, maybe a long line waiting for a roller coaster, but a long line to wait to cast a vote and then just leave and that's it? That's not that exciting, but they still wanted to come out and support their candidates. A lot of them complained that they wore the wrong shoes, they didn't bring water, they didn't bring food. They talked about, oh, this is what I need to do the next time I come and vote, because these lines are ridiculous and they didn't want to wait in them, but they still waited and they still cast their votes. Now, on the side of logistical issues, there's definitely been some of those. Democratic Party lawyers are actually officially now making an inquiry because lots of voters showed up today and found out that they were showing up as registered as Republican or independent or not even registered at all with the party. So they couldn't vote Democratic like they wanted to, but they didn't find that out until they had already waited in line for 3-4 hours. So they waited in line and didn't even get to vote for the candidate that they wanted to vote for. Now, also, poll workers have been giving out provisional ballots, and it's not been made clear to voters if those are actually official ballots that will be counted, but they filled them out and the poll workers made it sound like they were official. So let's hope those were official ballots that will be counted, or those votes aren't going to get counted like the voters thought they would.
Hey, Greta, I'm going to put you on the spot real quickly. I know polls are closing 7 p.m. local time. Obviously, they are being extended. The people that you've been talking to coming out of the exit polls, getting a sense of who they're voting for at all there?
The sense of who people are voting for here right now is big time Bernie Sanders. So in the Democratic race, Clinton was heavily favored going into this race, but Bernie Sanders is getting most of the support here at the Salvation Army in downtown Phoenix. Now, that might be related to the fact that there's an ASU campus here in downtown Phoenix. So probably most of the voters that are showing up here to this polling center, they're walking from that university campus. So we all know that Bernie gets a lot of support from those student voters. And it seems like that's happening here in downtown Phoenix today.
All right, One America's Greta Wall. We will be talking and checking back in with you in Phoenix, Arizona later in the hour, Greta Wall. And we will have poll results from all 3 states tonight as they come into our newsroom throughout the evening.